We're back. We're just gonna follow up in what Donald Trump is doing. He's gonna respond in Iran, but Donald Trump is gonna respond on this. There's no threat. You cannot threaten the boogeyman. The United States is the boogeyman with a big baby in the White House. Well, let's say what Donald is gonna say.
Iran said that they would consider military and commercial bases as legitimate targets if you struck. Are you concerned about?
If they do that, we'll consider things targets they wouldn't believe. If they do that, we will hit them at levels that they've never been hit before.
Wow.
They won't even believe it.
Wow.
I have options that are so strong. So, I mean, if they did that, it'll be met with a very, very powerful force.
And the Western, they're not calling him dictator. Why? Because they call Iran, the leader, dictator. They call, America, they call every leader, they are dictator. Except the leader of the Western, the African leader, they are dictator. But now look at this. Y'all believe in God? Nah, your God gave you God. The best president you guys ever had.
Are you seriously?
I think so. Don't you think so, CNN? Don't you think so? Wouldn't you say that they probably do at this point? After going through it for years with me, being hit, Soleimani, al-Baghdadi, the Iran nuclear threat wiped out. Don't you think, and then you just had Venezuela, don't you think, she says, CNN, do you think they take your threat seriously? Wouldn't you say they do after all of the things we've done? What a stupid question.
Are you coordinating with allies on?
Oh my goodness. He really hates CNN. Period. He hates them. He hates that, that media, CNN. He completely hates them. What he's gonna keep doing, taking the piece of this reporter right there. Oh my goodness. This, like I said, Dano is a big baby, so he wants his candy, man. Like I said, his blood sugar is going up. Plus he's 79 years old. Damn, man, this dude.
The response to Iran?
Mr. President, when will you meet with Maria Corina Machado this week?
I don't know. I hear Tuesday or Wednesday. I look forward to that.
Have you named your board of peace for Gaza yet? Where do those plans
We have
stand?
a board of peace that's being formed, but essentially it's the most important leaders of the most important nations. All nations, but the most important, you take the most important leaders and nations, that's who the board of peace is going to be. Everybody wants to be on it.
One group taking your threat seriously is one area taking your threat, the New York Post.
New York Post treats me semi-fairly. So go ahead.
One group taking your threats very seriously is Greenland. Are you still thinking of military action there, or is anything they can...
Where?
Greenland.
Greenland. Is there anything they can offer you for a deal?
If we don't take Greenland, Russia or China will. And I'm not letting that out.
That's bullshit, man, Dano. You know that's bullshit. Russia or China, they ain't taking Greenland. It's just you want that land. Like you said, you need to buy the land. You want the land. Just simple say that. Stop putting the blame on China or Russia. It's just you want to buy the land. Just say that. Invade the land. I really want to see that happen. You just take your soldier and go and invade Greenland. Oh, they're going to be a really battle with the European boy. Whoo, the ally will break down. Let me say this, African country, please stay back. When there's a war happening with the European and America, stay back. But you know what? When you don't control your own future or you don't control your own life, other people, they'll control you. And that's us African. We don't control anything. The Western, they control us. We don't know how to defend ourselves. We can't even defend our children. This is the hardest and the saddest part. If we can't defend ourselves, our children, they are vulnerable. And that's the craziest things that always comes out in my head. parents should know how to defend their children, no matter what. Parents, they need to understand how to give their life for their children, no matter what. Not the other way around.
If we don't take Greenland, Russia or China will take Greenland, and I am not going to let that happen.
Is there any deal they can offer you? They're like,
Yeah, I'd love to make a deal with them. It's easier. But one way or the other, we're going to have Greenland.
Are you
Oh.
okay if that compromises NATO?
He's bloody serious about this. The guy is really serious about this. One way and the other, we will have Greenland. Wait. Whoa.
If NATO effectively ceases to exist
I've
in
done
order
a great job. I'm the one that saved NATO. I'm the one that got him to pay 5% of GDP. Wait a minute. It was 2%, and they didn't pay. Now they're paying 5%. I'm the one that saved NATO. You wouldn't have NATO if I weren't president.
would you pull the U.S. out of NATO? Would you consider doing that?
Well, maybe NATO would be upset if I did it. Maybe NATO would save a lot of money. But I like NATO. I just wonder whether or not if we needed NATO, would they be there for us? I'm not sure they would. You know, we spend a lot of money on NATO, and I'm not sure they would.
But what would you say?
Now, what's happened is, as you know, Sleepy Joe Biden gave $350 billion to Ukraine and got nothing for it. I got rare earth back. And that's what he should have done. Now, if you look at what's going on with respect to NATO, we have a very good relationship. 5% GDP, and they pay us. We send them military equipment, and they pay us back the full cost of the equipment. The war is, we make money with the war, but I don't even want to talk about that.
Can you see what Trump is saying? People, we're trying to underestimate the American in so many ways. Can you see every single time when I'm listening to him talking, Trump is acting like this because he know they have the power. He said the NATO, can you see, they buy the weapon from the USA. So why the European, they're going to try to be upset when he said we're going to take Greenland? One way and the other way, we're taking Greenland because Trump know we have the capacity of taking it, and we will take it. We have the weapon, we have the military. What are they going to say? The European, majority of them, NATO, they're vulnerable when it comes to Trump. It's true because he's saying it. He's saying it. Oh my goodness.
I want to save the lives. They're Russian and Ukrainian lives. All I can do is stop it. And I think we're making progress toward stopping it, which would be number 9 1/4. You know what the quarter is, right? Right? Thailand and Cambodia went at it again, but I got to stop very quickly. I consider that 1/4 of a war.
When was the last time you made a tangible offer to Greenland yet? Have you made an actual offer to Denmark?
I haven't done that, but Greenland should make the deal because Greenland does not want to see Russia or China take over. They don't go there. It's very far away from Greenland. And Greenland, basically, their defense is 2 dog sleds. Do you know that? You know what their defense is? 2 dog sleds. In the meantime, you have Russian destroyers and submarines and China destroyers and submarines all over the place. We're not going to let that happen.
In the meantime, are you going
And
to
if it affects NATO, then it affects NATO. But, you know, they need us much more than we need them. I will tell you that right now.
are you going to
UK
increase the
and
amount of
Germany,
military
It's
bases?
a war that should have never happened with Ukraine.
The UK and Germany are discussing plans for a joint NATO mission to protect Arctic security in Greenland. Does that change your calculus at all?
No, look, we're talking about acquiring, not leasing, not having it short term. We're talking about acquiring.
Does that require
And
the US
and
to sell
if we
ground?
don't do it, Russia or China will. And that's not going to happen when I'm president.
Are you going to increase the amount of military bases on Greenland in the meantime?
But we have bases on Greenland.
Are
Yeah,
you going to do more?
we put a lot of soldiers there right now if I want. But you need more than that. You need ownership. You really need title, as they say in the real estate business.
You're on Minneapolis. Your administration has advocated for absolute immunity for the ICE officer who shot Renee Good. How do you define absolute immunity? What does that mean?
Everyone's seen it. And the woman was very violent.
No, she wasn't, man. Don't say this. The woman, she lost her life. What are you talking about? You're the president. Don't speak like this. A lot of nonsense. She was not violence. She drove her vehicle so she can go. The agents, he was holding on the car, keep saying, get out, get out. And she drove away. And you know what? He opened fire on her. So don't say the woman, she was absolute, she was violence. I'm urinating my ass, man. Come on, man. This is just garbage. What is going on in the world? It's like a wrong, it became wrong. We see in a right. Right is been seen as wrong. It don't make sense. Why is Trump mumbling about? Now the immunity is gonna be like nobody's gonna touch him. You know what? Nobody's gonna. That guy, he's not gonna go in prison, man. That woman, the life is already gone, man. Gone.
You're a very radical person. Very sad what happened. Her friend was very radical. You know, go or drive.
Absolute immunity. How would you define that?
Well, I'm going to let the people define immunity. You know what immunity means as well as I do.
So that officer would be back on the force.
And we're treating law enforcement that way, whether it's ICE or Border Patrol or our police and men and women. You can't do that. We have, the law enforcement in our country is doing really well, despite the fact that Sleepy Joe Biden allowed people to pour through an open border. Crime stats just came out. We have the best crime stats on record, despite all the criminals he allowed into our country. We've gotten a lot of them out. We have to respect our law enforcement. At a very minimum, that woman was very, very disrespectful to law enforcement.
No, she wasn't. She's a civilian. She has a right to speak her mind. She has a right to say whatever she wanna say. Them agents, they need to understand that they should be there to protect the people, not to harassment the people. Trump trying to be, civil. Come on, trying to be smart in this country. You are the leader. You are chief command. Come on, you are chief. You are the leader of America. You are the leader. That woman, she lost her life. You ain't gonna give the life back. She got her children. They stay behind. They're gonna grow up with our mommy. Come on, Trump. Jesus Christ.
You heard the same noises. You saw the same crunch that I saw. You can't do that with law enforcement, whether it's police or ICE or Border Patrol or anybody else.
When it comes to ICE,
Trump, what he's talking about, this kind of nonsense. Can you see what Trump is doing? It's the same way. Remember, January 6th, 2021, when they went and break the Capitol, all of them criminal and all the terrorist people that they break the Capitol. What happened to them? Donald Trump forgave them. He forgave them. So people, we have to use our mind to try to think. Is Donald Trump doing the right thing or the wrong thing? Is he right? Come on, use your mind, man. Use your mind so you can try and see if he's really correct about everything that he's doing. His policy, a lot of America know that they seems happy about Donald Trump's policy, and some of them, they know Israel. The majority of us, we can't like the leader that we have. Some they will, but we can see the way people they reacted. Trump should handle it properly, especially when they're asking him questions. The president of the people of the USA, they love him. I hate him. They really cuddle him. I will never cuddle him. I hope you can like, subscribe, share. I really would love to grow my channel so we can talk about a lot of different topics. But this was just another thing I wanted to react about Donald Trump, your president. I'll catch you guys to the next one. Peace.
Trump said this week, he spoke to the president of Puerto Rico and the president of the Virgin Islands. Sir, you are the president of Puerto Rico, and you are also the president of the Virgin Islands. So the question is, who the fuck was you talking to?